All right, so I just watched the trailer that he's talking about, Readout's Productions, the trailer for the Kraken movie. Basically, it looks like The Little Mermaid versus the Kraken in high school.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, brother.
But I have to say, the Mermaid still looks better than the Disney live action that's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I think Readout said it. They're going to DreamWorks getting back to their jobs at Disney, you know? They're going to go back to being more competitive and show how to do it right.
The animation doesn't look as good as it did in Puss in Boots, but yeah,
depends on the studio.
Yeah. Skydance is where it's going to be at in the future. Skydance Animation, because they picked up some of the guys from old school Pixar. Forgot the guy's name.
Nice.
But one of the guys basically behind all the classics, like Toy Story and all them, help write them out, flesh them out. Forget his name. Very popular, but he ended up getting booted because he was old school. Yes, Lasseter. John Lasseter. There it is. He got booted because he was too old school. And then
he pretty much was DreamWorks.
He basically was. Yeah. And
now, Pixar right at the beginning.
Yeah. And now it's going to come back to life soon.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. I think they already have an animation released. I'll have to look that up, see if it's out there.
Anyway, sorry about that. I got distracted.
That's all good.
I just wanted to know what Readout was talking about, so I went and looked at the trailer.
This is the
that's good to know.
Black Knight Hail.
Hello.
It's kind of the good side to a bad situation. Like all this crap will eventually force good stuff to come out, you know?
Yep.
That's how it goes usually.
Just like Disney firing their Marvel executive producer. I mean, she left willingly at the end of Phase 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of Margie.
I'm quite surprised on that one, too.
What did she say here? I was reading an article on that. She said, wow, Alonzo, what's her name? Something Alonzo?
Something Alonzo.
Victoria Alonzo.
Victoria.
Yeah.
She's... Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Yeah, this is a quote from her just saying, you don't need a cape, you don't need a hammer, you don't need a shield. Your superpower is your voice, and your voice will create change for yourself, for society, and for those who you love. Alonzo said, if you use your voice, it will create a kind of energy that will bring change to us. Not use your voice is silence, and silence is poison. I'm like, okay, yeah, I agree with that. Hail the Iron Age. Watch what we can do.
Yep.
Well, this is the one who changed Namor and made him an Aztec and changed his name to Namor. She's also responsible for the lockout leading up to the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida.
You know what bugged me the most about the whole Aztec spin for Namor's people? I was in the middle of making my own Atlantis for my story, and I said, I'm giving them a South American spin. And then Marvel came out with that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Now I got to pitch that. Son of a...
Just say yours is Central American. It's Central American.
There you go.
But on top of that, this is the woman that says X-Men is too masculine for a name. Come on.
Even though Storm is like a clear leader of that group. And Storm.
I think she's like honestly second in command.
She's like one of the fans' most favorite of the X-Men.
Yes.
I mean, like she's
leader.
one of the first people think of.
How dare you say that? You're racist.
Smart. Yeah.
You evil
Powerful
racist.
woman.
How dare you say that?
These nutcases, man.
Say the R word on YouTube.
I'm not racist. I'm a misanthrope. There's a difference.
Yeah, I think Storm was one of the most fun characters to play through in the Marvel Heroes MMO. It kind of played like Diablo, just as an idea, but you had the various different Marvel superheroes smashing their way through the dungeon, basically. It was fun.
Yeah, that actually, no, this is bad. This is bad. That means that you have internalized misogyny. And you should be ashamed of that.
The studio has perfect opportunity with the IPs here. They could do a standalone Storm movie and make a great standalone.
Oh hell, I'd watch
Logan
it.
movie. They could like do the standalones and bring them into X-Men if they wanted to, but that's probably above their thinking.
Well, she does have a fault.
Thinking and in their case, it's something that it's hard.
Yeah, or there's legal reasons that they're not allowed to do a Storm without the rest of the X-Men because that's the way they bought the property, you know?
Well, technically, the Hulk is wrapped in legal issues. I mean, WB owns the older Hulk, but Disney has the newer Hulk, or not WB, Universal. So that's why when you go to Universal, you can still see the Hulk.
And then WWE has Hulkamania.
What makes me hesitant about that is that if they were to make a Storm movie, chances are, I'm not going to discount it completely, but you know it's likely going to be a racial message used against you. Yeah. It's not just going to be a good story. They're going to have to point out Storm's skin color. I'm like, before, none of us
speak fun anymore,
she's actually from Africa. That's the thing that baffles me.
The thing is, everybody loves Storm.
Just keep redoing the what do they call it? The Namor thing over again. Make them from the South. Keep making them all from Latin America.
They'll find a way to ruin her character. It's gonna be some
name her Rosa,
special messaging and
I think part of it, Storm does have some problems because she does have a phobia. She has issues with small spaces.
They'll remove that episode. Don't worry. Any form of character.
It's not just one episode. It's throughout the comics.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to remove that. Don't worry.
You just got to make it a white guy's fault. You make it a Cyclops' fault, right? He's the leader of the team. No one's whiter than Cyclops.
Actually, in the 90s comics, Storm was above Cyclops.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know that. Be honest.
I didn't know she was above. I know they both led a team, a gold team and blue team.
So I think Storm was one of the older teachers that had been around with Xavier the longest, I think. And then I think Cyclops was in training to be a leader. So they did give him a lot of leading positions. But he was
I do like Cyclops. You know, I feel like it's very underrated these days, especially since they made him a villain.
I didn't realize how difficult he was to
in the 90s. He was very straight cut.
Yeah, he was almost like a stick in the mud, and I think that was a deliberate aspect of his character.
Yeah,
I didn't realize what a pain in the butt he was until I played Street Fighter versus X-Men. Holy crap! That's his optic blasts are almost as cheesy as going in the corner of the Ryu and doing Hadouken nonstop.
And you know what? He also has a cool origin for his optic blast. His eyes are actually connected to like an alternate universe that's just pure energy, and so he opens his eyes out. It's actually just like another alternate universe shooting through his freaking eyes.
Yeah, it's like the energy from a different dimension, and there's like his eyes are also portals to that. So that's what the Ruby Quartz does, is it keeps it in check.
You know what's
funny? You can't turn it off.
What's one X-Men that they didn't get right in the movies was Gambit.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Sack talking shit about me in the comments.
Yeah, that's normal.
Thanks, Billy Bob.
If he wasn't talking shit about somebody, I'd be worried about him.
Yeah, Gambit was a fun character.
Heavily music, what's going on?
But that's the magic of the X-Men. The 90s show, which I have the entire 90s show collection, all 5 volumes of it. And then on top of that, quite a few of the 90s comics. Each one of individually could make a movie like you're saying, but their personalities and everything balanced out as a team.
It's because they had good writers.
Yeah. Well, the fun thing is that I don't think the Wolverine was with them initially. It wasn't until he came out as his own individual character.
Mhm.
Yeah,
but I
he
don't-
spawned out of a Hulk comic.
yeah.
Mm.
And he was very much a villain early on. I don't remember what all he went through, but somehow there was some sort of transformation and stuff, and he ended up getting sucked in with the X-Men, and I felt like he was a good what is it called, foil for the Stick in the Mud.
Yeah, he helped. Like in the '90s show, those two bounced off each other's like they did in the first X-Men movie, enough that it developed both of them uniquely individually. I think.
Yeah, that's core character traits right there. It's like the difference between Vegeta and Goku. You know, they just play off of each other so well.
Well, there's
And
nothing
the
more
X-Men.
endearing than seeing a stick in the mud character just slowly ease up over the course of a series. There's something just weirdly cathartic about it and really touching.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the X-Men is a master class because they really had just a lot of different characters going, and each of them had their own fleshed out personality and archetypes that they all fell into extremely well, and they balanced out well.
Well,
Like
it's see-
almost all of them are iconic characters too now, which is
Mhm.
kind of just a testament.
Yeah.
well, what's cool is even when you're like reading the comics and there's side, like say somebody pops in on the side and you don't know who exactly it is, if you're familiar with them and how their mannerisms and how they speak, you would know instantly without seeing the next panel who it is talking because of how distinct everybody said their own lines.
Character voice.
One of them
Yes.
has a really thick a really thick Russian accent, and is just full of self guilt. Who is that?
Colossus.
Yeah, Colossus.
You know what's
Colossus.
funny is Colossus's voice is how exactly how Black, like when I would read his voice is how like picture Black Knight sound.
Yeah.
What if he had a similar accent but was extremely Catholic? Who is that?
Probably be
That's-
Gambit. No,
Catholic.
Gambit was more the Southern Belle.
Yeah,
The only Catholic that I think I remember was Nightcrawler.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was more on I'd say he's like a second tier, but he's still very iconic in his own right.
I liked him
Nightcrawler
a lot as a
didn't
child.
show up as often.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
there, but
that's why.
didn't.
Yeah, he was kind of off and on.
But I liked his character design. Like everyone in the X-Men was just, they're just humans and stuff like that. Then you had Nightcrawler that was actually looked like a mutant for
Right.
something that was based on a mutant event. They're all mutants, but
Well-
he looked like it.
He was definitely one of the more exotic characters, and I think
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what made him more appealing to a lot of people.
Mhm.
And I think in the comic books and as well in the show, wasn't he supposed to be related to Mystique?
Yeah, he's actually Mystique's son that she
There you
abandoned.
go.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
That's a
They
the
great
actually had that
storytelling.
comment. Apparently, Rogue is.
Yeah, wasn't Rogue related to them too? Or
Yeah.
now, Redoubt just sent me something.
We're
You guys ready
now.
for this?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
other-
At least they tried.
That's